Hello there. Hold on. Hello. Hello there. I'm Scotty. You're not. Welcome to a review for a movie that is one of two that I don't have the physical copy for, because they didn't make a physical copy of this one. Although the other one that I'm doing, they did a VHS, but I don't have it. We have H-E double Hockey Sticks, starring Will Friedle and Matthew Lawrence and Rhea Perlman, as I mentioned. So the story is Dave Heinrich is a hockey player who desperately wants to win the Stanley Cup so badly that he even says that he would sell his soul. So the devil, played by Rhea Perlman, sends a demon named Grendelkin, Will Friedle, up to Earth to seal the deal. Okay, I'm going to be honest with you. I remember this movie growing up. I remember it was on a Wonderful Disney. I remember they played it on Disney Channel a couple times. It would be something that was on in the background. You know, I would rotate towards other kind of movies, but I would put it on because Will Friedle and Matthew Lawrence are in it. I grew up with the Lawrence brothers. You know, brotherly love, no matter where you are. And then Matt Lawrence was on Boy Meets World, which is where Will Friedle comes in. So I knew both of these actors. I liked it. This was in a time they were. It has to be in the last season because Will Friedle has the short hair here, and various facial hairs. There are times when it's like stubble, and there are times when it's like a goatee. I don't know, but Grendelkin is Eric if he was just a little bit smarter than he is on the show. So seasons 1 and 2, Eric, before they started to nerf his brain later on. Yeah. But he has a little stupid stuff here and there, but he plays that very well. This movie had me so confused, because we start with ole, 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 with Grendelkin walking through hell. By the way, they never say the word hell once. At one point, the only thing that we get close to is when he goes, you know, H-E and the slash slash is what he says at one point, but we never get the word hell, which technically is the title of this movie, because H double Hockey Sticks is hell. Ooh, but hockey is the main game. So he's walking through hell, talking to people. There's two dead guys or demons or whatever they got run over, named Skid and Mark. Yeah, that's the joke, by the way. You can laugh now. Are you laughing? I wasn't either. So then he goes to see the big cheese herself, the devil, or Satan, or the Mrs. Beelzebub, Mrs. B, Miss B, they call her. And she has the severed head of Marie Antoinette on her desk for some reason. It's never explained. It's just there. And she tells him that he's going to go up and get the soul of this hockey player named Dave Heinrich, who's Matthew Lawrence's character. Because he said on camera that he would sell his soul for the Stanley Cup. So there you go. He goes up to Earth. I have to mention that he is tricked with a fake chair. You know, one of those gimmick chairs where you're sitting in, it breaks. He's tricked with those. That does play in us up later, I guess, but I don't know. He goes up. He talks with Dave. We see Dave's personal life. Dave is a good hockey player, but he's a puck hawk. And so they don't get anywhere really, I guess, because he hogs the puck. I think he would still do very good, right? But his team, the Delaware Demons, yeah, it's not a real hockey team. Didn't want to use real hockey. They mentioned the Mighty Ducks, though, because that's a Disney franchise. They mentioned that in the background. There's also a team called the Annapolis Angels. Can you guess what the finals of the Stanley Cup are? Yeah. While on Earth, Grendelkin meets a woman named Gabby, who he's supposed to meet from Mrs. B, go up there, and she's causing some kind of mayhem. It reminds me of I can't think of the name. Bedazzled, where Elizabeth Hurley's just doing stuff in the background every time that Brendan Fraser comes back from a wish. You know, she's like expiring the parking meters, and she's doing naughty things in a college classroom, and she's, putting candy instead of pills. It reminds me of that. She just show up once in a while and do stuff like cause cars crash into each other. Yeah. There's a twist with her that made me kind of scratch my head a little bit. It's like, okay. I don't know. Yeah, so he eventually convinces him to make the deal, which he does, and, so he's gonna try to win the cup, right? He's gonna win the cup. But here's the thing, though. After this, Grendelkin feels kind of like Dave is kind of out of sorts, so Grendelkin helps him repair his relationship with his girlfriend and his girlfriend's little brother. And the little brother's name is Louis. And there's a point that I really rolled my eyes because they're playing hockey, and Grendelkin, by the way, is the goalie, and if it's very Goldberg-esque because he's getting hit with the pucks no matter what. He's like, I came up with a move called the Louis layover, or whatever it's called, where you kind of do a figure eight thing, and you confuse the other team so badly that you can make the goal. I don't know how the goalie is confused, but I will tell you, it is something. And right away I went, oh, so that's how they're going to win, right? They're going to use that, right? That's how they're going to win. That is how they win, but there's a twist in there. He reconnects. They go to Playland because they filmed in Canada. So, yeah, he reconnects with his girlfriend, and then he finds out that he was traded to the Annapolis Angels, the worst team in the league. And you may be saying, well, wait, if the deal was for him to win the Stanley Cup, wouldn't that be against the deal? It is. Because this was done by, well, Wikipedia says that Grendelkin did it. However, it very much feels like the devil did it on purpose. So that, because apparently they're sticking with this, oh, if the team worked together, then they'd win. So with him gone, the team's going to work better as a cohesive unit and win. I guess that's what it is. I don't get it. They say that he's like one of the best hockey players out there, but then say if he's on that team, they're not going to win, or like it's all about not hugging. But if he's still the best, then what's the problem? I get it. Hogging the puck is not a good thing. I get that. But he's still winning, right? Right? I don't know. But yeah. Because that's when Gabby tells him, well, it was that the sign the thing, it says that the team, the thing that was signed was that the Delaware Devils must win the Stanley Cup in order to get Dave's soul. So they come up with this plan for Grendelkin to help Dave win the Stanley Cup with the other team, and that will negate the deal. There was a point I was convinced this was going to end with Dave's soul going to hell. But that he and Grendelkin would still be buddies, and he would blame him for it, because they tried. Especially when the devil shows up and cheats by hurting Dave with her staff. Yeah, I mean, okay, this is what's going to happen. They're going to lose, and yeah, but they didn't do the leftover yet. Louis Leftover, not layover, Leftover. And I'm like, well, maybe it's not. This is a Disney movie. I should know it wasn't going to go that route. Another thing that confused me is that Dave calls his girlfriend's house and Louis answers. And he tells him all the stuff he's going to do to try to make sure that everything works out. And then Louis lies to her face and then does an evil laugh. That's never brought up again. A big lip alligator moment. That's never brought up again. The next time we see them, they're both on Dave's side. Why was that in there? It makes no sense. Huh? Then we get to the absurdity that is the ending of this movie that really makes me just go, why did we do it this way? It almost feels like they needed to stretch out the runtime, so they had to do it this way. Like I said, Devil shows up. She uses her stab on Dave, which gets him injured. So he can't play. You know, he's perfectly fine by the end of this, but so he can't play. So they put Grandolphin in his gear in Jersey and send him out there. He can't skate, so it's all goofy stuff. And it just feels like they're wasting time. Because then they start doing the Louis Leftover, and they keep doing the thing, and it takes forever to do that. Like, they keep doing it forever. Then he goes to hit the puck and misses, only for him to be spun around and hit it. Why couldn't he just hit it the first time? I don't know. You figure out that answer. I really don't know. It's just so stretched out. We got to get to this time so commercials can put in here. I don't know. Yeah, this means that the Angels, by the way, it's Angels versus Demons, win the Stanley Cup. And yeah, not the Devils, the Demons. So the Devils, Delaware Demons, the Demons. So that means that his soul is safe. However, as an avid fan of horror movies, I can tell you that's not how it would work. Once you sign that contract for your soul, it's over. It's over. Your team's going to win. There's going to be a supernatural force that is there making sure that the team that you said was going to win is going to win. Now, I know they have Rhea Perlman there doing whatever, but because it's a Disney movie, it can't work out the way it should, or the way that it would work out if this was legitimate, normal movie. It would end with, I mean, you can say, but what about Bedazzled? That was a cop-out ending. Really. But, I don't know, my ending is also not that bad, where they end up losing. And with Grendelkin saying, well, there was really no way to stop it. I tried. Oh, by the way, how did he get help? Well, when he's tending to Dave in the back, Gabby shows up and reveals that she's Gabrielle and she's an angel working for the other side. Yeah. And then when Rhea Perlman asks why he did it, his only excuse is maybe it's for the gag chair. And now he wants to be an angel now and do good things. I don't know. They could have done a sequel where now he wants to be an angel. I don't know. It was fine. Will Friedle's performance is pretty good. He goes goofy sometimes, but it works. Matthew Lawrence gives a very good performance as well. It's very toned down. It's Jack-esque. You know, Gabrielle Union is really just there. She pops up here and there to do things. And the girlfriend and her brother are also just sort of plot elements to be thrown in there, but it works. Also, I have an issue. So, throughout the film, Gandalf has this little red devil flip phone that he uses to do his evil magic. At one point, when they're at Playland, they're on the Whirly Gig thingy, and he uses it to make it go faster. During the hockey game, it's revealed that because he did a good deed, he can no longer use that. So how is the Whirly Geek thing sped up again at the end of the movie when they're all in there? Did Gabrielle do that? If he can't use that flip phone anymore, how does that work? When it comes to Wilfred, now, the Boy Meets World, and my date with the president's daughter, or probably higher, even Batman Beyond, definitely Batman Beyond. Then this, I would say I never watch it again. I'll give it another chance, but give it another watch. But I'm gonna give it a high, middle of the road. I think it works for what it's trying to do, but it's a product of its time. This is very late '90s, cheesy Disney movie. The early '90s, the early to mid '90s had it a sort of feel to the direct-to-video or the direct-to-TV movies. They were a little bit goofy, but not goofy enough. They had a charm to them, like you got Escape to Witch Mountain or Freaky Friday, Computer Wore Tennis Shoes, those kind of things. I didn't even cover Computer Wore Tennis Shoes yet, have I? I should have done that instead of this. Hey, I got 3 more slots. I could just put those in. I have to look if I even did it yet. Anyway. But as it progressed, they just sort of... This is in the same camp of Tower of Terror, where it's a little campy, goofy. It's not as... doesn't have that charm like the early to mid-90s ones did. Where this is just very getting goofy, getting to the end of the Wonderful World of Disney era anyway. And I think it shows that really just... I mean, Model Behavior came out. That was also sort of quirky and goofy. 2 people from 2 different families that look the same. And then they switch. It's Prince and the Pauper all over again. But with one that's a movie star model, the one that's just a high school student. And Justin Timberlake is also there. You know, they got goofier as it went along. I'm not saying that remaking classics like Freaky Friday where they swap places, or Shaggy Dog where the kid turns into a dog, or Computer Wore Tennis Shoes where electrocution makes it really smart, isn't still goofy, but they still had that early to mid-90s charm to them. This is just now, we're just going to be goofy with everything. That's what it feels. So it's a high middle of the road. I don't know. So, what are your thoughts on HE Double Hockey Sticks? Let them comment below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. I'm Sky, and I'll see you in the next one.